In this video, we're going to learn how to use the mechanical minor label portion of the Oregon ePermitting app on an Apple or iOS device. So first thing you need to do is download the Oregon ePermitting app from the App Store on your device. To find out how to do that, you will look up on the Oregon ePermitting website, the Oregon ePermitting app hub help page, and there's a video. Otherwise, just go to the App Store, type in Oregon ePermitting app, download it, and then you can access it. So to open that app, we're going to touch on the Oregon ePermitting app icon, which is the state of Oregon with ePermitting on it. And what you're going to see is this screen, not the one you just saw. This is a test version of the app, but you're going to see this screen. And if this is the first time you've opened the app, you're going to get asked to allow notifications, allow it to use your location, and allow to access your photos and your camera. You're going to want to allow all of those. And another thing it's going to ask you for is your user information. I've already entered that, but if I touch menu and user information, that's where it's stored. You can update that anytime. So now to access the mechanical minor label permit section, we're going to touch that button at the very bottom where it says mechanical minor label permits. And you're going to enter the same login information that you use to log into buildingpermits.oregon.gov or the ePermitting website. In this case, I'm pretending I am the contractor, and I'm going to use my login that I've purchased the labels with to log in. I've entered that information, and then I've checked the Remember Me box so that I don't have to enter my credentials every time when I log in. I can just have them saved. If you need any assistance, this is the Oregon ePermitting Help Desk phone numbers, both a local and 800 number, plus our email address. So I'm going to hit login to log into the mechanical minor label section. And in this case, I've used this login or my ePermitting account with my CCB licensed attached to that account or associated to it to purchase 4 different books of mechanical minor labels. And if I use those login credentials, it's going to bring those up. Now, if for some reason it doesn't, or let's say that you're an employee of a company that does not want you using their ePermitting account login information to log in and submit your inspections, you can always search for the permit number or license number and grab those permits so you can submit on them. So in this case, let's go ahead and pretend that I'm an employee and that the company doesn't want me using their ePermitting login. So I've created my own. I don't have a CCB license associated with it. I just need to be able to have an account so I can use the app. I'm going to hit the search button, which is a magnifying glass on the top left-hand side of the screen. It's in the dark blue bar on the left. When I touch that, it gives me the ability to search for any permit or any license number and find those books of labels and add them to the app here. Before I proceed with that search on a separate license that we have, a fake one, we want to make sure that everyone understands by submitting this search that you agree that it is fraudulent to submit an inspection onto another contractor's minor label permit and could result in you or your employer losing access to purchasing minor labels or other enforcement action on behalf of the Building Codes Division or Construction Contractors Board. So in this case, I'm going to search for a license number. So let's pretend that's my company's CCB number. I'm going to search for it. And you can see there's 2 books of labels that have been purchased with that license. I'm going to add those both to my list because my employers told me to. Now to go back, I'm going to hit the back arrow on the top left-hand side of the screen. And from there, now I have access to all of those labels, both the one from me being the contractor or to me being an employee and not having the same login. Either way, you can access those. Next thing we're going to point out is the logout function, which is at the top left-hand side of the screen in the light blue bar. And that button, if you touch it, it's going to ask you, do you want to log out? If you do, you're going to hit yes. I'm going to hit no in this case. Just as a note, you will be automatically logged out of this app if you're inactive for 10 minutes. because it is required for it to refresh. So we log you out after 10 minutes of inactivity, and you'll have to log back in. But as long as you're doing something in the app, I just did a refresh by holding on the screen and pulling down, that remains active, and it'll just keep resetting that time limit. Next thing we're going to go through is the menu. So if I touch menu, you can manually refresh, or you can touch the refresh on the menu. Then we have allowed and excluded work list, and this is pretty self-explanatory. There are 6 allowable installations that you can do and use a mechanical minor label for. If it's not on this list, you can't do it. We also have a list of exclusions of what you can't use a mechanical minor label for. So we highly encourage you to read that list and pay attention to it and know what you can and can't do. If you ever have any questions, always reach out and contact the mechanical minor label program. I'll hit menu again, and just so you know, down there where it says minor label support is where you would go to contact someone about that. The next option is inspection photo guide. So for each of the 6 allowable installations, we've produced an inspection photo guide. And in this case, I'm just going to choose new mini split in a 1 and 2 family dwelling and hit OK. We've given you not only a description, but an explanation and a sample photo for everything that we want to know and see in these pictures you're going to take for this installation. So in the case of a new mini split, we want a couple different pictures of the installation instructions, showing required clearances for the outdoor and indoor unit, installed head unit with tape measures so we can verify that it meets those installation instructions. If you use an electrical minor label, we want a picture of it, and down the list. So for every installation, we've provided you an inspection photo guide on the menu for you to look at. Next are the app user instructions. That's a PDF document that'll take you through screenshot by screenshot every functionality of the mechanical minor label portion. And then the next option is minor label support. If I touch that, it's actually going to take the app and move it to the side and open a web browser. So you will need Wi-Fi or cellular connection for that. And it's a link to our minor label program contact, about mechanical minor labels, information about purchasing them, licensing requirements, participating jurisdictions, which is statewide. You can use these mechanical minor labels in every jurisdiction in the state. Contact information, both email and phone. And again, we've provided you with the type of work that's allowed and the type of work that's excluded from using those mechanical minor labels. Now, there's a couple ways to get back to the app. If you've got a really old iPhone, you can use that circle button on the bottom and double tap it, and it'll bring up everything that you have open, and you can go right back into the app. Or you can swipe up from the bottom on a newer iPhone, and it'll provide the same functionality. Or you can just go to the main screen of your iPhone or iPad and touch the app icon, and it'll bring you right back to it. That is the menu. The last option there is a training video, which you're going through right now. The next thing I'm going to point out is the outbox. Now, every time you submit an inspection, it's going to be sent to the outbox to process and be sent to us. So if you ever get an error or you look up there and notice you've got something in your outbox, you'll touch on the outbox. Now, I have none in there, but if you did, there would be an option to resubmit. And so if you had an error, reception was bad, something happened, just pay attention to that outbox and you can go in there and resubmit or retry the submission. And if it just doesn't go through, call the helpline and let us know, and we'll go ahead and get that fixed. In this case, I'm going to use the very top book of labels, which is what I was told to do by my employer. And I'm going to touch on that 25-1-0042- mechanical minor label. And it'll bring up my abilities to submit for inspection. So you have the ability to take up to 10 pictures at one time. You can take as many pictures and submit those as you want, but you can take 10 at a time. So when I touch on the camera icon, it's going to ask me if I want to use the camera or the photo library. Now, we want you to use the camera and take the photos using the app, But just in case you don't have reception and you're forced to take pictures with the camera application on your phone and upload them, you can do that as well. Photos are required for every type of installation. And in this case, I'm going to hit camera, and then I'm going to start taking pictures. And I'm going to take 10 real quick just to show you that I can take 10 at a time. And then it's going to bounce me out back to the screen here. I can do it again. And I can take 10 more, and I can just keep doing that. So as many photos as you need to take. And then you can scroll through them. You can also touch on each picture. So I'm going to touch there, and I can either view it or delete it. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to delete a couple of them. And then I'm going to touch on one and view it. So you have complete control over the photos. If you took some blurry ones or whatever, that's fine. Or if you realize you took the same one twice, you can delete them if necessary. Now, every time you come into this submission page, we give you access to that inspection photo guide again. So for each allowable installation, you can touch on it. It'll put a check mark, and you can hit OK. You can review our requirements, exactly what we need, what we want to see, how we want to see it, and then back out to get to that inspection. So you'll notice right now it did not grab my current location. So in that case, I can either hit the purple GPS drop-down pin to refresh my location. Please note that sometimes this takes about a minute or so. So while we're waiting for that to update, it's going out to grab my location. Let's say, for example, it does populate it here in a minute, or it populated it with the wrong address. Because it's GPS technology, it's not always accurate, or you may be too close to the property line for it to grab the correct address. So we've given you the ability to manually enter the job site address. So for example, if I'm at 123 Main Street, and this GPS does its thing and tells me, no, you're actually at 567 Main Street, I can go ahead and enter the job site address manually. Or if you're at a job site that does not have reception, or it has poor reception and you just can't get the GPS to locate, when you actually do go to submit your inspection, you're going to have to manually enter that job site address. And another scenario is that you're not the one that's going to be submitting the photos. Maybe the office has asked you to let them do it, or to send them the photos. You can come in here and manually enter the address of the installation. And then hit save. And in this case, it's given me a little bit of trouble with the GPS location. So I'm going to manually enter that one there. The next option, now let's say that it did populate the correct address and you don't need to manually enter it. You can hit same as current location, and it'll go ahead and populate that. And because my current location is blank, it just blanked that out on me. I'll go ahead and enter that again. Save it. Now we're going to ask you to enter the description of work, and you don't have to enter anything. You just touch on it. You pick one of the 6 allowable installations that you conducted. And I'm going to say I replaced existing ventilation equipment. I'm going to hit OK. And then the next option is installation date. I'm going to hit the calendar there. If it was today, I'll hit OK, or I can change it to whenever the actual installation date was. And now I'm finished with my submission. I can go ahead and submit. It's going to confirm it. It's going to generate that inspection report to submit. And like I said previously, if you're not in good reception or something's going on with your connection, it might place it in the outbox. And in that case, it may throw an error. Not very likely, but if it does, that's what will happen. 99.9% of the time, it's going to tell you your inspection was submitted successfully. You'll hit OK, and you'll notice that top permit that I used went from 9 of 10 available to 8 of 10. And so if I go back into it, I can just keep submitting those. I can come down here to any one of those and submit. So this video has been how to use the mechanical minor label portion of the Oregon ePermitting app. I'm going to go ahead and log out. by hitting the logout button, the top left-hand side of the screen, hit yes. It will take me back to my login screen, and I can go back out to the main portion of the Oregon ePermitting app if I want to, or I can log back in. When you do log back in, or let's say you get manually logged out, you can come right back in, log in, go back in, and start submitting inspections.